Right, next up, I really want to get this crazy kind of tangerine-y yellow in there. And again, it's going to be a compromise, because if it's going to be that kind of colour, surely that's going to bring everything here too far forward. But actually this is a hill that is in the foreground, all of this. So I'm not too worried about it. On the other hand, I don't want to compromise my distance, so I'm going to see if I can get away with it. I'm aiming to do a pinky brown all the way down here, so that in itself is going to be a little bit of a compromise against this. However, this is going to be a pinky brown, this is a pinky blue. Therefore, that's colder, that should work. As long as it's different, that's the important thing. So putting a tangerine colour in here, as long as I don't put it anywhere else, even though it might be very tempting, it'll sit there quite happily. Also, I haven't got room to put it in there at the moment, and my painting is wet. I'm working here wet into wet, the Alla Prima style. It's not a problem. Just going to wipe away. So I put terps on a rag, the cheap terps on B&Q, not the expensive stuff, and I'm going to work in this tangerine slope by rubbing away. So give it a good rub like that, turn your cloth over, take it away again. Do not use loo roll or kitchen roll doing this, because all you'll do is put horrible bobbly bits of loo roll, which you'll never get rid of. It'll just constantly sit and distribute itself all over your painting, drive you crazy. Make sure your rag is always lovely cotton. An old sheet, perfect. Okay. No problem. Need to take off some of that excess terps though. Dry it a little bit. Okay. So I'm just doing some white and some orange. Ooh. Yeah, that's bright. I'm happy to do bright. And like I always say, I'm very happy to transfer to my hands to apply pretty much any excuse. I'm at my most happiest when I'm doing that. I'm also going to go in with this orange here while I'm at it. If I work into that green, hopefully I'll get a really good olivey orange colour. Let's give it a go. And I am going to use my fingers because it makes me happy. There. This colour I've got on my fingers, and take it around here as well. I'm going to soften it off a little bit. Use a fan brush to do this. Don't need to have anything quite so attention grabbing yet in my painting. I certainly never looked at this and thought that wants to be my point of focus. Might change my mind, I often do. You can change your point of focus anytime you like with oil painting, so long as it's wet, or even if it's not. Just blur over something else and put a great big tree somewhere. You can take loads of risks. I'm doing this headline along here. Now it's so easy just to keep on there with the same colour. I'm not going to, because if I keep on using the same colour all the way along there, I will lose the distance effect that I'm getting. It'll flatten it. So I mustn't be lazy, I must go and get a different green. So long as that green is not as warm. And don't forget, I'm also working dark to light. So take this off there. To go off into distance. And start working these big shapes here will make a massive effect for distance as well. I'll just do one now so you can see what I mean.